Alright guys, so today we're going to be doing a tier list of all the items, but not just all the items. This is going to be a longer video because I'm going to fully break down every item, when I would buy these, when I would use these, how many, I really want to emphasize that, how many of these I buy at one time. So like, if, let's say I'm talking about the kale juice, right? Like how many kale juices will I hold at one specific time, right? Because one thing that I feel like I noticed a lot was yeah, I was able to obviously look up a tier list, look up whatever to see which items are good, but I never really it never says how many to have, and I think that is a crucial thing because you're not going to walk around saving your coins for 5 kale juices, right? Like you don't need to buy 5 all cures, right? But if you look on a lot of the tier lists and stuff like that, it says must buy every time, right? And I think there's just some items that I personally was confused on, and I had to do a lot of trial and error to learn why I need a certain amount of them or don't need a certain amount of them. So I'm gonna be going into that for every single item. But yeah, so real quick before we start, I want to do my freeze because I haven't done my free pulls yet. It's okay. I need cards more. Oh, okay. All right. So first thing I want to talk about is the notepads. All the notepads and scrolls are all going to be in the same tier, their own respective tiers, but they're all going to be grouped as one thing, right? Notepads, these are the worst item out of the 3 kinds. Obviously, I think you know that. I don't need to go into these that much because you buy these every time. Scrolls go in S because 15 stats on whichever stat it is crazy. You're buying the manuals just as much. They're just as valuable. Just one costs a little bit more and gives you more, but at the end of the day, you're buying manuals the same way you'd buy scrolls. The only time I can ever think of a time you wouldn't buy them is if you literally know for a fact you're getting max on that stat, right? So if I'm at 1100 speed or 1000 speed and I still have 5-10 turns left, then I'm not gonna buy these, right? I'm gonna hit it regardless if I tap speed again or if I buy these, right? It's just a waste of money at that point. So this is the only time I'm not buying them. The notepads definitely are not gonna be in S, that's for sure. These are kind of mid. They're not really worth it. 3 stats for however much it costs. I actually need to pull up how much everything costs. Yeah, okay, yeah. This is what I want to look at. Okay. Yeah, they only cost 10 coins, but they give you 3 stats, and it's just one of those things where the only time I'm buying these is if I have obviously a good amount of money. I've not spent, but I've bought everything in the shop that I would want, and it's just I'm just waiting for new items at that point. I'll pick one of these up if I see it. So I'm gonna put it in D for now because stats are stats, right? It is relatively cheap. I don't think it's worth it still, but you will catch me buying these. Most of the time in a run, if I see this in the shop, it will get bought. It's just at the very last thing that I buy with the lowest priority. Okay, so this item I want to talk about quite a bit because this is in my opinion, this is one of the best items in the TrackBlazer scenario because it's a multi-use item, right? You're not buying these to fill your energy bar, right? But the thing is you can still. So you can use it for energy to do a training day that you don't have the energy for. If you need a little bit of boost, you need to cut down from the there's a 15% chance that the training's gonna fail. Pop one of these, 0%, right? You got a few of them, pop 2-3 of them. One thing with wit is, let's say you have 0 energy. If you pop 2 of these, you'll have a 0% chance of failing wit training days. If you pop 2, if you pop 3, you'll be able to have a 0% training failure rate on any training. So super useful item. If I were to say a number of how many you want, I would say 5 at all points of the game. If you could if in a perfect world, you would have 5 of these at every stage of the game, and you'd be using them at every stage of the game, right? Like, not only can you save your training days with them, regain energy for training days, you use them for races. Like, if you have 0 energy and you need a race, bang, you pop one of these, 20 energy. If you're lucky, you get the minus 10 energy on the top or bottom option. You pick bottom, you hit minus 10. Now you have energy for 2 races, right? Such a good item. I prio these as much as humanly possible. Like, the only times I'm not prioing it is like if I have 4 and there's like some really good items that like I just can't ignore. So I'll just be forced to ignore like the 1 energy thing. But other than that, like, this costs what, like 30? It costs 35. Yeah, like that's super cheap. And it's just gonna save your run so many times. Like, there's been so many times where like my run has just been saved by like a single energy thing. And it's just so good. It's just so good. 40 energy, pretty useful. Will you ever catch me using this for anything more than gaining energy for training? No. Like, I'll never use this to like gain energy for a race. Like, if I need to, then yeah, I'll use it. But I don't even think I've ever been like, I can see you being in a scenario where you would have to use it for like a race. But like I know I haven't, and I've never been in that scenario. And on top of that, this costs like 55 shop coins. Like, that's kind of a lot for 40 energy, when yeah, like, it is cheaper than having 2 of these, but I just don't use them nearly as much. And like, you're only gonna ever see me have like 2 of these max in a run, like at one time. Like, I'll probably, like, I could buy like 5 of these during like an entire career, but like I only have like 2 on me because that's like really all I need, right? Like, I'm not gonna try to like, especially if I have a lot of the small ones, I'm not looking to buy like 40 like these. I'm looking to buy Kale juice, right? And we're gonna talk about that, but this is like a very good item still. It's just like, it's just shadowed so much by like the smaller version because there's just so many more uses for it. And like, again, like, it's a good item. It is a good item. Yes, I know. Oh, I always buy it, blah, 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 blah. Technically, it's cheaper than buying 2 smalls, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I know. But like, how often are you burning these? Like, for 55, I could make one single purchase of the 20 and then just like figure it out. Like, I don't know. I feel like I just figure it out way more than like forcing myself to buy like a 40 energy. Like, when I see it in the shop, I'll buy it. Like, I buy it every time pretty much. But like, like, there's no need to have more than 2, right? like at one time, especially when there's like 3 other energy items that achieve these goals much better. So I'm gonna put this at A. The only one that I would say that isn't as worth it, in my opinion, is this. Like, good item, right? 65 energy, I think. Yeah, like 75 shop coins. 75 shop coins is a lot of money. And when you like think about it, like 75 shop coins, or you pay 70 for a Kale juice and a mood down, and you get 100 energy. And the 100 energy is like a huge difference compared to 65. Like, 65 doesn't, like, it's a lot, but it doesn't, like, it's just not that good. Like, for the price that it is, like, it's so expensive. And like, let's say I didn't have like a crazy amount of money, or like I needed to race in order to get the money to buy things. If I see like a big cupcake in my shop, I see like an empowering megaphone, a master cleat, a speed training facility upgrade, I'm gonna prio those over the energy almost every time. The only scenario I wouldn't is if summer's getting close and I don't have any energy or any good luck charms. That's the only time I'm gonna be like, oh shit, okay, maybe I should buy one of these. And still, like, you're buying one of them. You don't need more than one of these in your inventory. Like, like you could go the whole run just skipping these. Honestly, I've done this before. Like I really don't think it's I don't think it's all that, to be honest. Like there's just better options, and like there's just better like turns that you can play in order to make up for the fact that you just spent 75 shot points. I'm gonna actually put it at B now that I think about it, because Kale juice exists, right? I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this at the very bottom of S for one reason. And before I stop talking about or start talking about the Kale juice, I just want to say it again. I only have one of these on me at most, right? Like it doesn't matter what point of the run it is, but I'll probably only ever get one of these during the whole run. If I see like if I see one in the shop and I already have one, my first thought is, well, I don't need to prioritize that right now. I can buy all the other items, and then I usually do end up buying all the other items and not having enough money because it costs 75 fucking points or like shop money, coins, whatever, right? So yeah. Anyways, Kale juice. We all know why Kale juice is good. You want you you would want two of these. Like I can see an argument for like having like three, but like what you're gonna like you're gonna have to buy three of them and then have like mood up for like you would ideally want to have three cupcakes to follow that, right? And that just takes up like a lot of money. And yeah, 100%, like one kale juice definitely could, like a kale juice and a cupcake, even just the kale juice can really save you in a position that you're in by just bailing you out to 100 energy. But I do think it's better than like this energy, especially since it's cheaper. Like the 5 does make a difference at the end of the day. And like the only upside to this over this is like you're getting no mood down, but like getting a mood down fixes itself half the time. Like especially if you're doing like races still, like it fixes itself half the time. Or you have a cupcake and boom, awesome. Now you're fine, right? You know what I mean? So like honestly, yeah, I'm gonna put this at the top of A because I don't think it deserves to be S, because it like I don't see a scenario where even at the start of the game why you would like if you started the debut year and got 5 kale juices teleported into your inventory, you would not use all 5 during the whole run. Like I would be kind of surprised if you managed to use if you managed to use all 5 and like not harm yourself by either mooding yourself down too much or like why would you even need this like 5 times? Like do you know how much money you could spend on other things instead of 5 fucking kale juices that make you have to buy cupcakes with it, right? So it's like you're spending 70 on that, then you're spending like 30 something on the regular cupcake or the double one, whatever it is you get. So like you like 5 is OD. I'm trying to say that's my main thing. Like you want these, of course you want these, you buy these as much as you can, but like there's a reason why they're like a super rare item, because if they weren't, well, one, it's a super good item, so like that's why it's rare. It gives you 100 fucking energy. But like 2, it's also just so expensive, right? Like you wouldn't need anything. You wouldn't need any more than at like max 3 at one time, right? And even then, if I'm late game, like if I'm like even before the senior year summer, like I wouldn't need more than 2. I wouldn't need more than 1. Like if I'm on like senior year and I have a kale juice and I plan on using it for the summer and like another kale juice comes in the shop, that is like the last of my priorities to pick that up again. Because especially at this point too, like I probably have like a little energy, like the mini energy things to get me through the rest of the races. Like I probably have good luck charms that I can have for leftover on the last 3 turns if I absolutely need it. Like there's only been one scenario I've ever been in where I was like, damn, like I wish I had energy for like the last 3 turns. So like, and even then that was because I feel like I played it bad. So I really don't think, like, maybe classic year would be valid to hold 3 like before summer, because you'd use one to bail you out of summer. And that's the thing too, if you think about it, like it gives you 100 energy, yeah, but like let's say you pop it on the first day. Like, let's say you start summer with 0 energy. You pop the kale juice. You take the cupcake. You have 100 energy, right? And then you use all your training days on like nothing. Like you use all your training days on anything but wit. Like you might not even have enough energy to do all 4 like training days. Still, it's still not even like a get out of jail free card for the summer. So it's like you pop one during summer, sure. Maybe you pop one so you like on early January, so you have energy, so you can like train on like 1 or 2 of the days after the 5G1s instead of resting on early January, because like by the end of these 5 races, like you usually have like nothing energy wise. So like you usually end up resting on early January. So like that would be useful to have it. So like what, 1, 2, maybe if you're like super greedy and you're not getting any other energy things, you use it to do the 5 races. That's 3 right there. And then like by then, like surely you have other items that you can use. Like it would just be like unlucky at that point if you still needed to use any more than that. So it can stay at A, slightly better than the 40, but I wouldn't say it's like a I need this every time. Buy these as much as you can at all points of the game, right? Obviously, there's always a scenario where you wouldn't buy something, but like even the small energy, like let's say you're at the Twinkle series and you have enough energy to get you through the 3 turns. Why would you buy it, right? So, but I'm still gonna put this at S, right? Because like even having the 5 at the end of Twinkle series, like it doesn't hurt. So, yeah, this is the max energy thing. Plus 5 max energy, plus 4 max energy, something like that, and then it gives you max energy by 4, restores 5, 30 shop coins. This item's actually goated. I'm not gonna lie, this item's actually goated. I don't want to say like I wasn't a believer in it, but I definitely didn't take advantage of it as much as I should have been, like early on. And it's literally just because it gives you the 5 energy for a race. Like, it's a lot more situational, but like it's definitely useful. I'm gonna put it like low key. I'm gonna put it just below the kale juice because I think, in my opinion, you don't need more than 2 of these at one time, because like realistically, again, we can look at the thing. How often are you running into a scenario where you have 0 energy and you need to race that day? Sure, you're coming across that scenario like quite a bit in like a single run, right? Like maybe once, twice, 3 times. Twice. Two of these, right? You're gonna probably get one of these. You're probably gonna get some other form of energy, right? So you could like, you don't even need to use it. And like, and the thing is too, it's like you could have like a bullshit amount of energy, and like sometimes like you can just scrap your way all the way to like the early December doing nothing but races, and then by late December you don't need to have energy to do the last race because of the like the protective like thing on late December, where you don't lose anything, you don't get any debuffs, sorry, for like just doing 5 in a row races, having no energy, right? Like none of that happens. So even then you don't even need it for this. So I will put it like just below the kale juice, because I could see an argument for having 3 kale juices, especially earlier. 3 of these, I feel like you can save your, like, it would be more worth it in my opinion to save money, because like let's say like something expensive comes in the shop that you really want, or like you get like a fat shop, like you're taking that. Like you would rather have the extra 30 to spend on something else than 3-4 fucking energy drinks. Like, what are these even called? Energy drink maxes. Yeah, right. So yeah, 1 to 2 of these at most, right? This is just fucking garbage. 8 max energy. The fuck do I need that for? Genuinely. I don't ever want to see anyone buy this. Like, actually, like, not even as like a diss or anything like that, like crazy. Like I genuinely hope I don't see you buy this, because if I see you buy this, I'm gonna go, wow, you just wasted your fucking money. Like, 50 shop coins. You know what I could do with 50 shop coins? I could literally get like plus like 50 stats from like just scrolls and manuals, like damn near around. Like, why would I spend 50 to max my energy by plus 8? Like, that's so bad. Like, that's actually so bad. I would rather just buy these two things because at least I get energy from it, and then get plus 8 still, right? Like, it's just a shit ass item. Don't buy this. Please don't buy this. Cupcake. Cupcake, low key goated item. It's just so useful. Like, same with this, honestly. I I'm gonna put these together because I've never been in a scenario where I could buy 5 of these. I don't think I've ever, like, I've never skipped a double, like the super cupcake, whatever the fuck it's called. What is it called? Berry sweet cupcake. Like, I've never skipped a berry sweet cupcake and, like, been happy about it. Like, it was one of those things where, like, I had to sacrifice it. If I could, I would have bought it. So like having 5 cupcakes, awesome. The big one, it is expensive. It's like 55 coins. So, like, I would probably only have like 2 of these max. So actually, now that I think about that, we can put it right beside the kale because these pair really nicely. What I like to do a lot of the time, let's say I'm in a good mood, and I have a bunch of races and, like, summer's coming up, and I'm going to use a kale juice. I'll just do all the races at, like, whatever mood I'm at, like, good mood, sorry, and pray that I get the mood up from that. If I don't, all good. I pop the kale juice, I pop the big cupcake, and I get +2 mood, and I'm back up to great with a full energy bar. Really good combo that I like using for those items. Expensive as shit, though. Like, this is costing you, like, 115. Yeah, like 115 is not how you do math. This costs way more than 115. This costs 125. Like, that's disgusting. That's 2 race days. Obviously, if you did 2 races and you won both of them, you would have 200 coins, so you would be able to buy, like, however much, like, left. You'd have like 75 shop coins left. But, like, bro, just the fact that I have to use 2 individual turns to buy like those 2 things, it's like a lot. And I'm not saying it's bad, I'm saying it's just a lot of money. So, like, you, like, having like, it boosts your mood by 2, right? Do I have to explain, like, super deep of, like, why you would not want 4 of these? Like, do you expect your mood to be going down 8 times? Like, no. Like, obviously not. Like, even if you're, like, spamming kale juices, right? Even if you're spamming kale juices, they're still gonna be, like, you're still not going to need 8 mood ups, right? Plus all the bad things that might happen to you in a run. There's no, like, you would actually have to be in, like, a world record scenario of bad luck, of mood downs, of constant mood downs. And, like, I'm going to be honest, if I get some crazy mood down shit like that, I just restart the run. Like, actually, like, that happens so little that, like, if I see some shit like that happen, I'm like, okay, this run was destined to fail anyways, so run it back. Like, and as a side note, or as onto the next thing, right? That's exactly why I would keep 5 normal cupcakes in my inventory, right? 5, or sorry, not 5. One of these, like, small cupcakes, the regular one, pairs really well with the kale juice, obviously, you know. But these are just super useful, though. They're just the cheaper version. It's not too mood up, but, like, it's just a cheaper version. I would have as many of these as possible, like, at any point of the run, because, like, there's nothing worse than starting your Twinkle series with good mood or, like, normal mood or something. Like, you want to have these at all points of the game, because there's always going to be a scenario where, like, you are going to look at either a training day, actually just a training day. You're going to look at a training day either in the summer, during the year, during one of your rest days, and you're going to go, wow, I really wish I just had great mood here, because the stats would be so much higher, right? Your last 3 Twinkle series turns are so important, right? So, like, having the mood down on all 3 of those is just so dog shit. So I would take these every time as much as I possibly could. Okay, so this is the cat food, I believe. G, ain't gonna lie. I don't even know how much it costs, because I don't even, like, I see that shit that, like, 10, like, it's so cheap. Akikawa's bond +5, like, I mean, like, I guess if you want to raise her friendship, go ahead. That it only costs 10. it's like dog shit though. Like I wouldn't understand really like why you're like willing to just waste money to like up your friendship bond with Aki. Like I understand like that she like is useful still obviously, but like in the grand scheme of things, like this is like not an important thing, right? The only reason why I'm gonna put it above G or above like the max energy thing is because like I can like see like if someone was really passionate about like getting the friendship with her up, I could like maybe like wrap my head around it if they explained it well enough. So like that's the only reason why. Still like F and G, like you don't buy these in like these tiers, right? Like these are just shit items. Grilled carrots, top of A. Nah. I'm gonna put an S because like if you're watching this and you're understanding what I'm saying here, like surely you can like understand why this is a like a very good item, right? And when to not use it. Like this is like very self-explanatory. Buy it as much as you can in the game because you have low friendship, but by the end of the game you're gonna have max friendship on everyone, so why would you buy it? There. I'm not explaining this anymore. Like we all know why we need to get our friendships up, especially before late August when the first race happens. So I don't need to go into that because I've literally made like a whole video on it. So just yes, very good item. Charming. 150 shop coins for charming. Like that's a lot. That is like a lot. And like I think I saw it on like just a random like guide or like one of the like the internet guides that like tells you like the rankings of the items, and I'm pretty sure it said to only buy this on like the first turn if you get it. I have yet to see this appear on the first turn. I'm assuming it's possible, but like I've never seen it on the first turn. And if you really think about it, like 2 races in order to buy charming, like yeah, that's like like it's really good, and I can see why you might buy it very early on, but like after that, like like it's charming, right? The whole point of the whole not the whole point, but the whole problem with like TrackBlazer, right, is getting your friendships up even though you're not allowed to tap the training button a lot of times, right? So you're kind of just hoping you can snowball your friendships high enough before you would even think about buying a 150 item like shop coin item, or or you're just getting it through like the summer, right? And by like your second summer, by your first summer, like your friendships are already going to be like at least almost like kind of there, right? Like I'd say like 70% on all of them, like on like a decent run, right? Like a good run, you'd have max in some of them. So like why like literally at that point, like why would you take charming? Like you're only going to be taking it, it only works when you tap the button, but you're not tapping the button a lot in TrackBlazer, so it's kind of like contradictory. So I'm gonna put this at like an E, honestly. Like there's one scenario where you would buy this and you would only buy one, um and even then it's like arguable to not that it's like a waste of money. Because like charming, like again, charming is very good. I know, right? But like I want charming like on like early January before the debut race. That was one time I got charming and it was really good. It was a crazy run. I got the acupuncture as first turn on early January, and I did the one option where you could get charming, and I got charming and it was really good. The thing is by summer it didn't fucking matter because I had the same friendships that I normally would have. Like maybe a little bit higher, but like at that point it didn't fucking matter anyways because my summer was shit. So like it didn't even help me at the end of the day. So low-key poo item. I can see an argument at like a one specific point of the game, but like just poo fucking item. Hot topic. This is a garbage item. Real talk. This is actually a garbage item. So what's worse than getting Charming, right? Like spending 150 on Charming. It's spending however much money the binoculars cost because it doesn't even give you friendship, like plus friendship on your cards. It just gives you friendship on the director and shit for the same price. Like, this is a terrible item in my opinion. Um, like it's just so bad. Like I'm gonna hot topic. Like, am I going crazy? Like, am I actually going crazy? Yeah, it just raises their friendship. I thought maybe in like an alternate dimension it like raised the amount of fans you get per race, but like no, it fucking doesn't. It's useless. Okay, on to the next item. This is the it's the practice perfect item. Personally for me, I'm never buying this item because I get practice perfect every run. Like I like genuinely like Fine Motion just gives it to you like early as fuck almost every single run. And if Fine Motion's not giving it to you, like Kita will give it to you. Like somebody gives you practice perfect. I feel like always. If you do not have that option and you don't have the cards that give you that, you don't get lucky and you don't get it. Yeah, I could see why you'd buy this. Practice Perfect's really good. I like Practice Perfect. 150. If you're up, especially like early on, like take it. But like this is like only if you don't have the cards to. Like even if it's early and I don't have, or even if I have like a surplus of money and I don't have Practice Perfect at any stage of the game, like I'm just gonna save my money for something better and just get Practice Perfect whenever I get it. And or if I don't, I just take the L. Like that's crazy. Like if you have MLB Fine Motion, like I'm sure you like understand what I'm talking about here. Like this is like a non-factor. Like I get it every time. So for me, waste of money. D, bottom of D. Because I can see a scenario, like I can see a universe where you would want to use this. So you know what? C, just for the people who don't have like the items that like the cards that give you it, and you like if you have a hard time getting Practice Perfect, good item. But like for anyone else, like this is like bottom of D. This is like an E item. I'm gonna put this like above the mirror to be honest, because like I would my runs never buying it ever. I'm gonna skip the hat for now because we will be getting into that. I think it's a really controversial item. I'm gonna be honest with you. I see a lot of people saying different things about it. These things, ugh. What? Sorry. What do these even fucking do? Night Owl, Migraine, Slow Metabolism, Slacker, Practice Poor. Night Owl. Top of E. I have bought this before because I got Night Owl from doing a rest and I was unlucky and I got Night Owl and in my shop was this item, so I bought it and cured it. That was the one time that I was like, wow, that's pretty useful. What is it? Slacker? Migraine? I think. Yeah, Migraine. This is Slacker. Practice Poor. Like, bro, how, like, genuinely ask, like, how often do you get this in a single career? I am not planning at any point of my career or even worrying about at any point of my career that I'm going to get, like, any of those debuffs. Like, I'm going to put it above these because, like, on the off chance you do and it's in your shop, you do buy it to, like, fix whatever is, like, wrong with you. But also, there's a reason why, like, this thing exists, which I'm probably going to put like in like C or B, because this just cures everything, right? I would always keep like one of these in my inventory, like at one time. Like I'd keep like one or two, depending on how many skin outbreak things I have. But at the end of the day too, like you're only buying this because you don't have skin outbreaks. You're not buying this because I'm worried I'm going to get one of these negative debuffs, right? You're only buying it because you don't have skin outbreaks, or you don't have like the skin cream things to cure skin outbreaks. This is the only debuff you're like pretty much ever worried about in this scenario. Like you're not planning to get a fucking Migraine. You're not planning to get Slacker, right? So I don't know. It's just shit. And it also costs like 40. I think that's how much it costs. Oops. Yeah, 40 shop coins. Like, that's quite a bit, bro. I mean, it does cure everything, so like, sure, I guess, but like I said, you're not buying more than one of these at a time, so there's no point, right? And if I have a lot of these, I'm probably not even gonna buy the skin out brace. It's just a waste of 40 shop coins. This goated item, you want these in your inventory. You want one of these in one run. You want at least one of these at all times. Obviously during the Twinkle series, you're not gonna be getting the debuffs, so like whatever. But like, there's still like a whole fucking 3 years that like you have that you need to like make sure you don't get skin outbreak for, and like the off chance you do get it, especially if you're running like 5 or 4 races in a row, like there's just like a good not a good chance, but like kind of low-key a good chance, but like there's a chance that you get it, and the odd times you do get it, it's just you just put on you just pop this item real quick, forget about it, you don't get it for the rest of the run after that, and yeah, and it's great. Top of A, now that I think about it, right here, because it is in that like 2 to 3 range, like I'll have 3 of these when I have a shit ton of money. You know what I mean? Like, I have a lot of run left and I have a shit ton of money. Like, I'll buy 3 of them. Will I ever get in a scenario where I get skin outbreak 3 times in one run? Probably not. Like, I run a lot of triple races, 4 races, 5 races, like, in a single career. I never get skin outbreak. Like, it's so uncommon to get, and if you do, 1 or 2 is all you'll ever need. I don't even think I've gotten skin outbreak more than like once in a run. I can't remember a time that's happened. I'm sure it probably has with all the runs I've done, but like realistically, like 3, like you tell me, like if you want to look at me and be like, well, I've gotten 3 skin outbreaks before in one career, like are you so you're recommending that I keep 3 on me at all times in case the 0.5% chance happens where I get like a mildly annoying debuff? Like at that point, like who cares? Like who cares? And if you really got 3 skin outbreaks in one goddamn run, like go next, bro. Like, my bad, bro. Like, at the end of the day, it's an RNG game. Like like you can't be mad about RNG things, right? Like you know what I mean? Like, it's not even like RNG things. It's like very, very, very unlucky RNG things that you're like planning for here. It's just like, why don't I just plan for like what's probably gonna happen, right? On the off chance that I do get 3 skin outbreaks, we can cross that bridge when it happens. You know what I mean? And a lot of the time it ends up working itself out, I feel like. So, next item, Fast Learner. This is what UGs are made out of. Is what I would have said after I got my first UG. Now that I have more than one UG, not really main. Am I gonna put it at? I'm gonna put it in S, because when you see this, you buy it. I do everything in my power to buy it. Sometimes when I'm like making decisions in the shop and I can choose to buy out the whole shop because I have the money, or not buy like one item that's like kind of like I already have like a few of. Like, let's say, here's a good example, right? Let's say I can buy out the whole shop. There's a cupcake in the shop and I already have 2 or 3, right? I'm just gonna skip that cupcake and save money sometimes just for the chance that I might get Fast Learner, because like in my head, like, okay, if I do a race next turn and then Fast Learner appears in my shop, I only have 3 turns to buy it. You have to do 1, 2, 3 races. That's all 3 turns. You don't get it. So in my head, it's like, if that, on the off chance that does happen, right, I'm gonna want to have the money to buy Fast Learner. That's why I always try to keep like a little bit of something and try to like stack that up just like a little bit at a time with my money, just in case, because like it genuinely is like a game changer. Like, Fast Learner is like the difference between getting a UG2 and like a UG5. Like, the amount of skills you can buy with Fast Learner is just so much more. I didn't realize how, like, because the percent is 10%, right? It lowers all the shop price by 10%. And like in your head, you're like, yeah, like that's kind of a lot, I guess. Like that sounds good. 10% off of all the skills. Until you actually buy it, and then you realize like if you've gotten like the proper hints throughout the run, all of your skills like are below like 100. Like your yellow, like most of your yellow skills are like 90 skill points. Your big yellow skills that usually cost like 144, 160 are down to like 108, 120. You can buy. I've so many times when I've gotten fast learner, I've been able to buy Professor of Curvature for under 200 skill points. Like that's insane. Professor of Curvature is like a 500 rating point skill, and I'm buying it for under 200. That's insane. It's actually like if you can get this in your run, the chances of you getting UG is a lot higher. And that's why sometimes you see like an Uma in like the top rating who has like low key shit stats, and you're like, how the fuck? Like they did 40 races. Okay, I did 40 races. My stats were bigger. Why did I not get UG? It's probably because they got fast learner and they just were able to buy like so many more skills in you, right? Skills count for so much in rating. So if you're able to buy more skills, you're able to get higher rating. And if you're like me, you wear a goddamn UG like a fucking badge of honor, right? Like you want to get high rating. Like I could give a fuck, like especially for team trials. Like I really like focusing on my team trials team, and like I want high ratings for it. Like I could give a fuck if like my SS is like technically slightly better. I'm trying to put that UG on my team. You know what I mean? Like that shit looks sick. And that's what I'm like personally trying to like trying to get, right? And like I'll like sit there and like if I have like one Uma that I'm like I need a UG this for my team trials team, I sit there for the next like 2-3 days trying to get it, right? So and like fast learner, bang, like that's UG territory right there. You get fast learner, you're immediately in you're it's immediately a UG angle, right? You're immediately trying to go for the UG. And my advice for this, and I've learned this many times the hard way, is if you get let's say you already want to run as many races as possible in one, right? Like 40 some races, because you're trying to hit UG, you're trying to hit like big Umas, you're trying to race like over 37 races, right? You get fast learner, I'm not kidding, every chance you get to race, like even more, do it. Because if you're able to finish the run with a stupid amount of skill points with fast learner and like half decent stats, you can get a really high rated Uma, like really high. So that's like my advice if you ever get fast learner. Once you get fast learner, you know it's time to like start racing, like more, like way more than you already have been. You could be hitting 40 races. Like that's usually my goal for a single run, is to do 40 races regardless who it is. If I get fast learner, I'm trying to touch 43, right? 43, 44. Like I don't even know how that's like possible, but like in my mind, that's what I'm going for. I'm going for 45. You know what I mean? I don't even know how like viable that is. I don't even know if that's like possible without doing like really stupid things in the run. But like that's my mindset when I get fast learner, because like just getting any more skill points I can is just going to translate into like a lot more skills because they're so much cheaper, right? So I'm gonna skip the ankles or the bracelets, whatever the fuck they are. I'm gonna skip those and the training facilities for now, because I do want to talk about these items first. Whistle, best item in game, bro. You know what I like to do? You know why I like gacha games? I like gambling. I'll admit it. I like gambling. I gamble on sports. I gamble on stake.com, on Roobet, on Rainbet. I'm just kidding. I don't gamble on Rainbet. My buddies do. But like, you see the pattern here? I've always played gacha games. Back in early high school, I was gambling gacha games. You know what I mean? Saving up my gems to buy the next 10 pull to try to get the next SSR. You know, I was playing CS:GO, ripping cases, mad young. I was playing Overwatch. I was walking to the 7-Eleven, buying PlayStation Store cards just so I could open some like Overwatch loot crates. Right? I love this shit. And do you know why I like the whistle? Is because it's gambling in my gambling. Within my gambling, right? If I have a bad summer day, boom, gamble that shit. Get a triple rainbow instead. Bang. It's the last 3 turns of the Twinkle series. I need something big to hit. Boom, whistle. Triple wit rainbow. You know what I mean? And that's why I say buy 5 of these though, because sometimes there is the chance where it's worse. And sometimes you'll be surprised on how much worse something can be, right? Good thing these are cheap, 20 coins. So, my opinion, you're buying these all the time. You see a whistle, you buy it, right? There's genuinely no part of the year, including the Twinkle series, where you would not buy a whistle. I'm buying a whistle at every point I can because there's always a chance that you get a shit turn where you need to train and you need to re-roll it. Once you re-roll that shit, you just pray. And in my opinion, gambling in my gambling, I like that, to be honest. And when I get a shit turn on my RNG career run, the first thing I want to do is re-roll that and try again, right? If let's say you have 5 whistles, you have the max whistles, all 5 of them brick, still worth, at least you tried, right? You know what you can do with no whistles? Just suck it up and take the bad turn. You can't even try to do anything. At least with 5 whistles, you tried, you know? And then it's kind of like God is telling you that the run is going to be shit if you burn through 5 whistles with no rainbow. So like at that point, you're just like, okay, on to the next run. But you know what I mean? Like, great item, just a great item. You want as many of these all the time, anytime, okay? These fan sticks are so ass. I mean, if you care about fan count, I guess, right? Like, I'm putting them in the same tier as the notepad, but I probably buy the notepads infinitely more than I do the fan bonus things, the glow sticks. There is an actual time where I would buy these though, and that is the Twinkle series, the last 3 turns. When you get the last shop reroll at the start of the Twinkle series, if I have extra money, I buy I buy the glow sticks. There's no reason not to because it just gives you free fan bonus at that point, I guess. So I don't really need to go into this. I would buy as many as you can in the Twinkle series, right? And even then, you're only going to buy 3 because you can only do 3 races. So you're only going to have max 3 of these at one time. And the one time you're going to have it is when the shop refreshes on the last 3 turns, right? I don't see a reason why you would ever waste your money at any other point to get more fans, right? If you really want fans, fine, right? Then take it, I guess. But, okay, I'm not going to sit here and full breakdown glow sticks. Like, are you kidding me? Trash. Goated item. You want max of these all the time. I buy these these are like some of my number 1 priorities because there is always, I feel like in any run, there is always a G1 that can be done with a hammer, right? At any point, like it's very rare that you're going to be walking around with 5 master cleats, and if you do, you want to save the 3 for Twinkle series because that's super important to do. If you're not doing that, you're actually trolling. I'm dead serious. I start saving my master cleats from round 1, right? If I get a master cleat round like first shop, that first one is staying in my inventory until I get 3, right? Once I get 3 and then I get my 4th one, then I'll use the 4th one, right? But at that point, you still want to get max of them and you're still using them. You're like the smaller ones, you're still going to be using that. Because let's say you have like 50, 60 race bonus, you do a G1 and you pop a master cleat, that's plus 20 stats, right? And however many skill points, a lot of skill points. And that's equivalent to like a single, I guess in the Twinkle series, yes, you do get 20 in every stat, but like when you pop the hammer on like one G1, still getting 20 stats on one stat instead of all of them is still like super good. Like 20 is 20, you know what I mean? And when you have the smaller one, it's like 18. I'm not going to say what I did about 20 is 20 because if I say 18 is 18, that sounds crazy. So I'm just going to say 2 very good items. You want these all the time. Like you can even burn these on like G2. Like let's say in this scenario, right? I did Tenno show. I did Queen Elizabeth, I did Japan Cup, and then I did this because I don't have a dirt. I'm not using a dirt racer. I'm using a long racer. That would be like a triple crown, like last turn would look like a medium or mile medium long runner. And you would go race here. Let's say you have the hammers, so you use all the hammers, right? Hammer, hammer, hammer. You have one more hammer for the Ari Maken, and you have an extra one. You could still use it on the G2. Why the fuck would you not? You don't have anything else to use it on. Like in this one instance, right? Like you don't have any other G1s to like hold it for unless you don't have enough for the Twinkle series, which obviously you save for. That's a given. So like use it, right? Like fuck it. Who cares? Plus stats. Plus stats are plus stats. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna start complaining about shit like that. Okay. The next thing, these wow, I'm stupid. Okay, let me take you through the planner, right? I'm gonna show you exactly how I work with these items. Clover. It's actually a Clover charm, is it not? This costs you like 40. Yeah, good luck charm. If I am on turn 1, I want to have 3. I want to have 3 straight up. I want to have like 3 or 4. So by classic year, in a perfect world, I'd have 4 or 5. Obviously unrealistic. That's a lot. But that's because if I get to here, I don't need any energy for every summer day. I can use all 4 good luck charms and never lose any energy, right? And then by next senior year, I would want the same thing. Because again, I wouldn't need to buy Royal Kale juice. Like this would be a lot less of a priority to dump like 100 points to buy like the cupcake and the kale juice, right? Now it's like not as big of like a rush because like I know my summer isn't fucked because worst case scenario I pop all 3 good luck charms. So you're gonna be wanting like 5 good luck charms at any point of the game right until the last turn, right? Because by the time you're at the Twinkle series, it's actually just useless to have any more than 3, right? If you start the Twinkle series and you did like the 5 races in a row like I showed, like there's a good chance honestly you're probably gonna have like next to no energy left over for the Twinkle series races. So that's why you save the Clover or the good luck charms and you pop 3 of those for 1 of every turn and you're good. Do I save them specifically for Twinkle series? Yes and no, right? I'm gonna prio how my senior year summer is going. If I need to pop all 3, I will. If I don't need to, I would prefer not to. I would like to save 1 to 2. Usually 1 to 2 is enough to carry you through all 3 turns of the Twinkle series. But there are cases where you need 3 and like it's just good to have them. So yeah, the only point of the game where you don't need 5, where you don't want 5 is like Twinkle series races because there's only 3 turns left, right? So other than that, like insane item. This item's actually carried me in so many stats. Like I would genuinely like I don't think a lot of the Umas that you see will be like super high ranked are possible without the fucking good luck charms in a lot of cases, to be honest. Because like unless you're getting energy items out the ass, like your summers you just don't have enough energy to carry you through an entire summer without resting, right? And like resting during the summer feels like a death sentence. So like why would I be doing that, right? I just want that to fall back on every time. Okay. The last things. These might be controversial, but obviously, this is in the exact same boat as the good luck charms, if not more, because you want 4 these last 2 turns. So you want 2 of these for the summer, right? So you want 4 in total for every day of the summer, and then ideally you would want 3 for the last 3 turns of the Twinkle series to just maximize your stats as much as possible. When I see these, I want them, right? There's never a scenario in my head where I'm like, yeah, I'll pass on that. Unless I already have 5, Or maybe at most I already have 4 and I've done a summer already. Then maybe I'll consider like buying a different item instead. But if I have the money to buy it, I'm buying it every time. 60% stat boost is crazy. It's cost 70. I don't care. Like 70%, like you're it's bigger than what the button you're pressing is, especially if you have like an ankle, right? Like if I have plus 40 on a speed rainbow, right? I put an empowering megaphone on it. I put a bracelet on it. The top stat that's getting added on top is like 50. Like it's gross. It's genuinely gross. Like it's such a good item. Like I would pick this. I would buy this every single time. Like I would buy this over. I'd buy this over. Like if I didn't have any, I'd buy this over Cupcake. I'd buy this over Whistle. Honestly, I'd buy this over everything except for the Cleats. I would buy the Cleats and the Skulls first. But again, that's the only thing. Like, if it's not raw stats or like master Cleats and like just Cleats in general or like the 20 energy thing, like I'm buying these every time. First priority, right? So you want max of these at all times. There's like I genuinely there's no reason to not have max of these at all times. The only reason why you wouldn't have max and you'd be like, no, I don't need that, is like, again, the last 3 turns of Twinkle series, you only need 3 for every turn, right? And yes, they do last 2 turns, but the Twinkle series race counts as a turn. So if you pop one on a training day during the Twinkle series, turn 1 is you doing the training and turn 2 is you doing the race. So you need 3 of these for all. Technically, it's 6 turns if you like include the race, which the game includes. So you should include in your head, right? All right, 40% B, 20% C, right? Why do you have the 20%? The guide on the internet told me to never buy these ever. Even the 40%, you're not supposed to buy these. You're supposed to save for the 60%. Is what I would have fucking said if I like played fucking TrackBlazer and never actually played it. It was like my first time playing it and I just read a guide. That's actually exactly what I said when I played TrackBlazer on like day 1 and I was just fucking staring at a guide. I was like, oh, it says don't buy. Don't ever buy this. Wrong. I made a video about this, my last video. The first 3 turns, early July, late July, early August. Obviously, there's a race here. These 3 turns, I always buy the Megaphone. At the start of your first shop, it is guaranteed that you either get a 40% or a 20%. Okay? The reason why 40% is in B, it isn't because it's a better stat boost, which it obviously is, and that's obviously like, okay, yeah, that is one reason why it's higher, right? But because there's also one other case that you would buy it, which I'll get into in a second. But I just want to talk about, like, these first 3 turns are crucial to hit your stats on, so you can just win out and snowball on every race after that without having to train, except for on the summers, obviously. Like, worst case scenario, you want to be able to win every single race without training, the only training being on summers, right? That's worst case scenario. Best case scenario, on rest days, you have some items to boost your energy up. You already have energy, and you're able to fit like a good training day on like a rest day where you're not racing, right? But those are far and few between, so we're not counting on shit like that. So you're gonna be doing a shit ton of races, so you'll have lots of money to buy whatever else is in the shop on your first roll, more than likely. So I buy these every time just for any type of plus stats. You just need any type of extra stats to just carry you as much as possible, right? If you're not able to hit the stat lines, like probably I'd say like 300, 200, 200, 200, 150, like if that's what your stat line looked like, doesn't really matter like what stats it's on. If that's just what your stat line looked like, you'd probably be in like a decent spot. But again, you need that before like late August. You need that on late August, right? That's going to guarantee you those wins on all the races. Even then, on front runner, that's not flying, because this race is like notoriously hard for front runners. If you're a front runner and you find that you're losing this race a lot, don't worry, that's not your fault. I can't remember the exact explanation, but it's something to do with like the way that the race is, that you just get blocked every time. So even if you have good stats, like you still could lose if you're running front runner or just get unlucky, right? And you know what the best way to not get unlucky is? To have a stronger Uma, right? My chances of having a shit race go down exponentially the higher and more gross my stats are. If my stats are absurdly high, right, my chances of losing that race are astronomically lower, right? Instead of my stats being pretty good, right? If my stats are pretty good, there's still a chance that it fails. If my stats are fucked, then I'm like, you're probably not losing. Like like if my stats are insane, like I'm not even like thinking about losing a race at that point, even early, right? So yeah, like anyways, that was a huge tangent that I just went on. Buy these first turn. After the first turn, never buy the 20%. That's why it's in C, because you're going to buy it one time, and that's literally early in July. And then the 40% one, let's say you have the money to buy it, right? You're like, you're getting close to summer. You don't have any empowering megaphones. You pick up one or two of these, right? 3 turns, 40% is still decent enough. You could still get big stats, a big stat boost with those. So like, just take it. Just take it every time. Sorry, do not take it every time. Take it every time you're in that scenario, right? And as soon as I start getting megaphones, empowering megaphones, even one, I immediately stop buying 40%. And I just burn those 40% on like a random training day, right? Because as soon as I start getting these, like the whole reason I'm saving megaphones is for the summers. So, or like an exceptionally good turn on like a rest day. So I would rather use these on those rest days, right? The ones that I bought because I was scared I wasn't going to get any empowering ones by like summer, right? And I would just burn that on a turn and just know that I have these now, so I'm good. I don't need these anymore. Okay. Ankles. I'm going to be real. I put speed in S every time. I'm going to put guts in S. I'm going to put stamina in S, and I'm going to put power in B. Now, why are you doing this? You might ask. Why is guts and stamina above power? I want to max my power too. It's because 9 times out of 10, when you're building your build, right, and you're trying to max out power, you're not pressing power, right? It's not like you're spam pressing power to get it max, right? At most, you're like on the last 3 turns of the Twinkle series and like you're 10, 20 stats off of maxing out power. Oh, good thing I had a shit ton of money early on in the beginning of the run and I bought one single power bracelet for this exact moment. That's when you would use it, right? And that's why it's in B. Because I have genuinely been in that scenario a lot of times, right? And it is useful in those scenarios. Outside of those scenarios, not useful. There is no scenario I can see where you would even need more than one of these at a time. Sure, you could buy more than one of these throughout a whole run, but at a time, no. Like, why are you planning to press power more than once, actually? Or at all, honestly. Like, bring power sparks. What are you doing, right? You're tapping speed. Speed gives power, right? You have power sparks. You're maxing it. Like, well, what are you tapping power for, genuinely? Like, to boost your stamina? I had that idea one time, too. Maybe if I just press power enough times, my stamina will go up. Yeah, that's ass. Like, it's just ass, okay? And the reason why speed and guts and stamina is up here is because if I'm running any build ever, I want speed, right? I always want to have a high speed. I'm always going to be tapping speed rainbows when I can. Having the speed boost is great. So many more stats. Very much many stats that you get from this, right? Guts and stamina. See, if you're running guts build, I can understand why you would want to have a lot of guts bracelets in the same way you would want a lot of speed bracelets, right? If you're running a long runner and you have like 2 stam cards, I can see why you want to have a good amount of stamina bracelets, right? If you're buying out the shop and just buying a bunch of power bracelets, I'm going to be a little bit more confused why you have more than one of them, right? I buy one of them to be safe, right? I buy a guts and a stamina on like a mile runner sometimes to be safe, just to hit that 600 stat line that I may or may not hit. Hopefully, probably I'll hit it, but in the off chance I'm like a little bit too low, I buy that, right? So like even in non-guts and non-long racer careers, like there's still like an argument to buy one of each of these, right? But in every case, you're buying one of these, right? So that's why it's B. And they also cost 50. Ugh, 50 is so much. Yeah, 50 is so much. Next thing. For the exact same reasons, this is going in C, right? What's... should I? Yeah, because it's 150. You want to blow 2 turns. You have to race 2 turns in a row, or just 2 turns, right? You have to spend 2 turns, essentially, to be able to afford a power training facility. A stat you are planning to not press for the entire run. Do I need to explain more? Speed. I am planning to press speed more than 5, 6, 7 times in a run. A tier. Because getting the facilities up is always worth it. I don't know why I said A tier and then put in an A tier when I literally meant to put an S tier. This is an S tier item. Because what's our biggest problem that I always talk about early on, and why we do the things that we do early pre-debut race and on the first 3 turns and just any spare turns that we have, and buying these items, that's for friendship. I don't know I don't even know actually why I just said that, but you get what I'm saying. Why do we do that? It's to build our training facilities and our friendships. If we can't get our facilities up, the only good days we're gonna have is summer, right? And the thing is, right, is when you want to have an amazing run, things happen on your rest days as well as having good summers, right? And the way that you get good rest days, good training on your rest days, is by having your training facilities higher. And that's either by tapping the button, which you can't do a lot. So your cheat code out of that, couple races, bang, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5 training facility on whatever stat it is, okay? Stamina, same reason you would buy the speed one. Exact same reason if you're a long racer, right? Guts, if you're going guts, again, I understand why you would do that. Wit, I think is more important because I feel like every run I do, I don't mind having a wit training facility up. Every run I do, there's times where I want to get a training facility for wit, like it's just always useful, but not every single run I want guts or stamina, right? I don't run guts decks, so I'm literally putting this for the people who run guts decks. And when I do run long races, like I am obviously taking that, but like still, even in a long racer, you still want wit up. Like you see the CM requirements right now for CM11, like you still want 800, 1000 wit plus having 1200 speed, 1100 stamina, 1000 power, right? Like that's a lot for a lot of people. And if you can't get like those stats, then having that wit training facility is really going to help you get your wit up, right? Even me, like I have, like, I don't want to say I'm like, well, I don't know why I'm saying like even me, like I'm a fucking like genius at this shit or like a prodigy, but like I am able to hit the stat requirements pretty easily, but hitting 800 wit, I'm not going to lie, is kind of hard. Like hitting 800 wit, 600 guts, and then hitting 1200 speed, 1100 stamina, and 1000 power, like something's going to have to get sacrificed, and usually it's wit. And like if you see like a lot of my CM builds right now, a lot of the ones that I'm probably going to use that have been performing really well are still only going to have like 700 wit. Like unless you're running guts, like it's going to be really difficult. And even then you need a high roll on guts. Guts is like a whole topic on like RNG, like Jesus Christ. But like, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much all the items. Hopefully like you understand the items a little bit better after like me rambling about every single item and how many I usually have during the runs and blah 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 blah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If just make sure that when you're looking at the guides online and stuff like that, like I was using this site when Man started, and Whoa, I don't know if I've clicked this link. This is a lot of things on my screen. Guides. Wow, it's right there. TrackBlazer guide. I was looking at this, like, staring at this when I first started. And you see what I'm saying? Must buy, must buy. This didn't say this when I started. I just want to say that. This did not say this when I said this. I remember before it was just like low, like not even low priority. It was just like don't buy. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, and it tells you, but it doesn't tell you like how many. And I feel like that was so like important for me to know because like sometimes I'd be like looking at the shop and I'd be like, fuck, bro, like there's so many good things, like must buy items in my shop, but I don't know what to prioritize. This is like why you would prioritize the items. So if this helped at all, let me know. Make sure to comment if you disagree with something. I'm probably not 100% right on everything that I say, so I don't really care if you correct me in the comments or something like that. Like I would rather that because then we can like have a discussion about it. But other than that, just lock in.